Hey there guys, it's Salis, and welcome to Flockers. What is Flockers, apart from a game with a very weird name? This is a game made by Team 17. It's currently available on Steam Early Access. I seem to be getting a lot of those lately. And basically, Team 17 is known for worms, of course. This game focuses instead of on the worms, but on the sheep. So it's a bit of a twist on the whole worms thing. And here we have the starting screen, but there is something I want to show you before we get to the gameplay. And that being, if you go into options, they already know people are going to live stream this. You can stream directly from the game. That is fantastic. It makes life so much easier for people who do live streams. So let's get into Flockers and I'll try and explain what it's all about. As you can see, I've already completed a few levels. I managed a 3-star counting sheep. I was quite pleased with that. And I'm up to Sunday lunch. And if we go through, there are a lot of levels. 25 levels in total. But the game does have Steam Workshop support, and there are already people putting out levels for this game. Hence the community button down here. But let's jump into Sunday lunch and I'll explain what it's all about. So here's where the level starts. And before we continue, I'm going to have to pause. I'm going to give you the backstory. According to the guys from Team 17, the sheep are fed up of the worms turning them into weapons and have decided to try and escape the weapons factory and live a healthy life in the fields. Still not making sense? Good. The whole point of Flockers is you go through and you collect these crates. Now these crates can be placed to create formations. Now, these formations capture sheep. And it allows you to block them off, make new paths, all sorts of nonsense. But you'll notice as well, I picked up the exploder sheep. And once they're in a formation, they pause, so you can blow them up, as shown. Because if you don't block them off, they will just wander aimlessly. And all sorts of madness will happen. Now, one thing you should all remember is I am terrible, terrible, terrible at puzzle games. Luckily, you get these signposts occasionally, which attempt to give you a hint, but they're not good enough for me. I'm an idiot. As you can see, the game is bloody and visceral like you would not believe. Right, so let's try placing this formation again. Capture my sheep. Then what does this thing say to do? Oh, I get it. Let me just restart the level, and I think I figured it out. Right, what that is vaguely hinting at is that if you place the formation and trap the sheep, if you blow the bottom sheep, the other one gets launched into the air, hits the ceiling, and triggers the switch. I've heard a lot of comparisons have been made between this game and, of course, Lemmings. I can see why, but I think Flockers is something entirely different all on its own. Now, where are they going to land? Okay, they aren't going to kill themselves for a change. That's handy. Or are they? Because they're super sheep. Yeah, they're going to get minced by that saw blade. So I'm just going to block that off from the super sheep, of course. There we go. That's blocked that off. And now I can go back to supervising everyone else. There's a lot of management that needs to go on in this game. An awful lot of management. Which is why I'm glad the pause button allows you to select your blocks. Well, your formations. Before you make a commitment to them. Now what will that do? Oh, am I supposed to... I think I am. I'm supposed to do that by the looks of it. Because those super sheep are blocked off. No, there's something else I needed to do. I haven't got any jumpers. Oh, okay. It's another one of these below the bottom one things. And it launches them over. Hello? There we go. That. Oh, squashed. And I think I've ballsed up again. This happens a lot, by the way. You will balls up and you will balls up a treat. Now, those white things up there are sleeping sheep, so if you release these sheep from their duties, they will awaken the rest of the flock. Now, what's it telling me to do here? Okay, so if I place... Oh, hang on. Don't know what I've done there. If I place a single block formation, then the sheep will be encouraged to... Now, what has that done? Okay, that's opened that. Oh, I get it. If I didn't place that formation there, the sheep would have had a rough landing. Now, you'll see these things in cages. You can collect these. And in the true spirit of this level, we do it by launching the top sheep. There we go, got the sheep. And blew that box up. Nice. Now, obviously, I've got to put a formation there to make the sheep do a U-turn. And you'll notice they all get sucked up into this big vacuum. Now, I've just got to release the rest of my sheep from their duties, and we're all good. When you reach the minimum number of rescued sheep, that little continue screen will drop down. And that's basically the way of saying you can continue now, or you can just finish it and get all the sheep. Well, all the ones that I haven't just minced. Right, so if I release this sheep, because you can actually get them back out of their formations, which is great. It's not like in the game it's most compared to, Lemmings, where if you have a blocker, he's a blocker for life. This is actually a very, very good mechanic. I have to say, I am a fan. Now, these sheep teleporters are also in the game, and in the previous level, they teleported the sheep quite far away. And it was interesting because you had to basically micromanage a very large area. Oh, minced. There we go. But like I said, I can see why this gets compared to Lemmings with all the different abilities. But unlike Lemmings, it doesn't give you them off the bat. You've got to kind of pick them up as you go along. So you never know what you're going to get. There are only a set pool. For example, you've got the release, the jumper, the super sheep, and the exploder at the moment. And then you've got these formations. And the formations are what is key to this game. Because without them, you wouldn't be able to solve the puzzles. Not that I could solve the puzzles anyway, but, you know, there we are. Right, release that sheep. Any more captures? Any more that are captured? Right, you are a super sheep. Nope, that's the last one. Let's just hope he doesn't get minced on that wheel. In fact, let's watch and see if he does. Are you? Are you? Are you? Yes, you are. No. Oh, that was evil. But I like it. Have I? Have I? Have I? Oh, I have. I've 3-starred that level. Very nice. Given how much concentration this game needs, I'm going to go back to the main menu and just talk about what I like about it and what I don't, because this game uses all my focus. This is a fantastic idea. The whole micromanaging every single unit and the puzzle solving, it's really, really good. The visceral gore of the game is fantastic and perfectly thematic considering they usually turn into weapons. I like the fact that the sheep still have their abilities that are famous for being in Worms. For example, the jumping and the super sheep. I think they're fantastic. The formations as well are quite clever. You have to be very careful about how you use them because you can't get them back. So it makes it very, very challenging. And as much as this game is compared to Lemmings because of the style of play, I think this is something all on its own. Having only that limited pool of abilities and the rest revolving entirely around formations, I think this game could do really, really well, and I encourage you all to go out and buy it. It is fantastic. It's only got 25 levels, but the Steam Workshop support does keep it going for a very, very long time. And honestly, I think this is one of those games that's really going to endure. So, until I see you again, I've been Salis. This has been Flockers, and you really need to buy this, and I will see you next time.